Hello again, Griz fans. Welcome back to another edition of Griz Tracks. I'm AJ Mazzolini with the Missoulian.
I'm Kyle Sample, also with the Missoulian.
And the Griz are coming off a bye week. Hopefully everybody's a little more healthy, although some of the quarterbacks can't quite get there in a week. And they're going to be taking on North Dakota this weekend, Saturday at 1:30 kickoff at Washington Grizzly Stadium. And trying to overcome the injuries and overcome that tough loss before against Weber State are really going to be the biggest storylines this week for the Griz.
Yeah, they've been battling injuries, it seems like every week.
Every
Different
week.
guys down, and they have to figure out a way to overcome that. And then they get their second bye week, and maybe they are a little more healthy, like Stitt said, but it seems like they've still got some things to overcome, especially at home.
Some major things to overcome, and very lucky to have a second bye week. That's not a kind of thing you're going to see almost ever. And the Griz are a little healthier along the defensive line. They're going to be getting some guys hopefully closer to full strength, which will be key for trying to stop North Dakota's run. But the big story on the injury front is they will most likely be without Brady Gustafson and Chad Challenge for a while at quarterback. So we're down to number 3. McKenna Simmons, it's your show.
Yeah, and another guy who a lot of people thought might be the guy when the season started. Nobody was quite sure, especially during spring, and McKenna turned out to be the number 3 guy, but he's athletic like Chad.
Mm-hmm.
He's just untested, and we'll see against a tough physical defense what he can provide.
Number 1 this week, and he's got a pretty decent arm, quick release, which might be key as well, the way the offensive line has struggled at times. He can move with his feet. You can probably expect to see him get some design runs, some scrambles, and hopefully try and pick up some first downs that way, and get this offense clicking a little bit. There was an interesting thing this week that I heard Coach Stitt say, where because the offense has had so many struggles trying to pick up first downs, they might actually try and slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, and that shocked me to hear
it's
that.
like, that's not what you do.
Right, it seems, I don't want to tell him what to do. He's much smarter than I am when it comes to football, X's and O's, but it seems to just put the brakes on what you are good at doing or what you want the team to do all of a sudden. It seems like a very, very rash move.
Right, and basically everything that he's about. So we'll see if that's actually the case, or if just a little bit of gamesmanship, perhaps. Right. And on the other side of the ball, the Griz need to stop the run game to have any success. There's a freshman running back for North Dakota, John Santiago, who is one of the better backs in the league, despite being a first-year guy. Actually was a receiver when they first brought him in, too. Pretty amazing. He's got 5 100-yard games already and leads the league in rushing.
Yeah, and he works perfectly for that system. They like to pound the ball. They look a little bit different than most Big Sky teams, considering that they like a power run game, and they seem to have a guy that fits very well for that.
Yeah, and it's going to be even more on his shoulders because North Dakota probably also down to their second string quarterback. Ryan Bartel's probably going to be taking the snaps with Keaton Studsrud, a little bit of a leg injury 2 weeks ago, and has followed in 2 straight North Dakota losses, though. So both of these teams trying to find a little bit to go on, pretty much, on the offensive side, while the defenses have been keeping them alive. North Dakota's defense very stout as well.
Yeah, I think they've only allowed 1 team to rush for 100 yards, and that was North Dakota State, and they only got 115.
Right. And
that came on like 42 carries, so it wasn't like they were just gashing them. Other than that, they've been able to slow down Portland State's run game. They've been able to slow down Weber State's run game. It just seems like they do exactly what Bubba wants them to do.
Exactly, and the Griz not exactly a great rushing team, so probably expect that streak to continue, as both of these teams are trying to overcome some losses, most recently to Weber State for both of them, actually. So again, that game will be at 1:30 on Saturday here in Missoula, and make sure to check in with Missoulian.com for all your Griz news, and watch Griz Tracks videos every week. Thanks for tuning in.